Ladies and gentlemen, City Skylines, part number 11. Glad to have everyone back, picking up here in our little downtown area. Been a couple days since I last uploaded. As I stated, I'm now back to work, so trying to get these episodes up. I haven't touched anything, like I said, since we last hung up here. And starting off pause here, let's go ahead and run simulation. But today, I want to focus a little bit more on that train station, or the better yet, the rail lines that we're going to be running through downtown. As I previously mentioned, I've tried to download a few different like metro stations or whatnot. Most of them on the Steam Workshop are very similar to the stock one, the one that comes with the game or whatever. But I did find one that I'm pretty happy with, so we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna lay it down here. First and foremost, let's go ahead and get a little bit of a game plan here in regards to the train tracks. I'm thinking, as we've stated, I'm going to try to find or do something about that. But for right now, I'm thinking it's probably best to, and we might have to take out some of this stuff, is try to lay down as many lines as we can, or better yet, as many train stations as we can to try to help out. Because as of right now, it doesn't look like much, but when the city starts getting built up, it's going to be harder and harder to kind of get all this situated. So we've got our main line here, and it's always best to kind of start from where you want the rail lines to fall. If we try to start over here, it's going to be tough. The way I'm looking at it is, oh, let me show you the train station here. So this is what I went ahead and we're going to go with for right now. It's kind of like a, what's the best word? It looks almost like the one that I left off with last episode, the Grand Central Terminal. If we put that next to it, let's see. Or Grand Central, yeah, Grand Central Terminal. I think it's got, well, kind of. Different colors, same vibe though. So, we can actually add that into our city somewhere, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this in. I don't know if we should leave it here. The train tracks, I think, would be cool if we got them to go through here and then kind of venture off down this way. And then we can kind of build our city around it. Let's see here. How could we go about this real quick? And like I said, we're going to lose some buildings, but at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing in the world. We can get it back. And let's see. Now, if we go through here like this, and buildings will spawn up around it. So, ooh, that's going to take out all those. All right, well, we'll see. And I want to do a bridge over here as well, kind of signifying that, you know, that we deal with trains. I haven't really done too much with trains in my cities. Let's just do this. Let's pause this, and let's just get rid of these buildings so we have some room to work here. But I haven't really messed too much with trains in other, like SimCity and stuff like that, and in other cities, so you'll have to bear with me here, because this is kind of going to be my pseudo take at it, and it seems to be working out well now that I figured out the whole train station, train line thing, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in here as we move forward if you haven't watched the previous videos, but should be pretty fun. And let's see, we go up one tick, and then we can go across. Perfect. Alright, we'll leave that for now. And what else? We have to do another train station. I'm trying to think. We got one over here. We should probably do one out over here somewhere. And we have this other model here. It's kind of... I've noticed too with a lot of the things on the workshop, getting this slope too steep message. And it's a complete lie, because I've actually, before I've... you know, I didn't save it or anything, but I flattened out this land with the terraforming tool, and it's still giving you that message. So I really don't know what the heck's going on with that. I don't know if maybe the person who created it, maybe, I have no idea. Oh, here we go. Okay, that one will fit there. What does this one look like? Yeah, it looks all right, but it's kind of like more like a rural train station. You know what I mean? I don't really like that, to be honest with you. So we'll do another one of the ones that we've gone ahead and downloaded here. I'm thinking we can do right here, right? Would that be cool? Right where the... kind of right at the entrance to the city. I like that. Well, sorta. Alright, let's see how this... before we start doing all this, let's see how this is going to work with... you would... let's see... if we... let's try over here, maybe. This is all going to be built up, too, people. So right now, as it looks rural, it won't be... darn it. This is why I'm telling you, if you can learn anything from what I'm telling you here, do your train stuff, like, first. I've gone ahead and I've tried to do it, because we haven't really done much in the downtown area, but do it first. Like, the first thing you do, lay down your roads and do your trains. And then you could add in your highways and all that, just because the train tracks are just kind of a headache. But they look so cool when they're done, so... I guess we can put it here. And then... let's see how we can do this. Let's put that there. It's like terraforming it too. I don't want it to terraform. Okay, that's like not terraforming at all, so that should be fine. Perfect. And we can go ahead and let's see if we can get this connected up. Oh, that's a park. We'll have to move that. But I'm most concerned with this over here, you see? Maybe the other side of the road? Let's see here. Alright, well we're gonna move that because train's coming through, people. Okay, good. And then we can get rid of these sparks. We'll move them. I'm sure when the buildings come in, that will... perfect. And you have to be conscious, too, because... these little railroad crossings, they will cause some traffic. I mean, nothing absolutely out of control, but they will cause some traffic, so just keep in mind that. Okay, perfect. And then I think we should do one more, maybe over here, like in this area, and then we should be good for now. Maybe we should do a traditional one. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do one traditional one. And then we can go ahead and branch this off. And some of you may not like what I'm doing here and might think it's, you know, a little crazy, but I like it. I think it's going to go well with the city. Shut the snapping tool off. Perfect. And then let's go through there. That's going to be a problem because we're going to want it to... how could we do this? Because we're going to want this line to connect up with this. Unless we... let's get rid of this for now. Boy, we are decimating this city. Snap tool back on. Okay, that's straight. I don't really want to do tunnels because we're going to do subways too. It's not gonna... let's get really crazy here. We got floating cars, people. Draw the train lines. You can even go above here. Okay, let's find out how we're going to work this here. Let's see. So we can't go up one level there. Oops. Let's go back. Alright, I saw it. There. Where is it? There it is. Okay, better just grab it while we can. Okay, so now that we have that goes over the overpass, that's a quick tip too. If you're able to, like, for example, what you just saw me do, sometimes if you scrunch it up, the overpass too close, the pillars are going to intersect with the highways and it's not going to let you do it. So just do whatever you can to get the overpass, and then you could actually back off, kind of like you saw me do there. And now we can actually lower down and hopefully lower down. Or are you going to not work now because I'm trying to preach? I gotta swear I've done it before, people. There we go. Excellent. Okay, let's just stretch this out so we know what we're dealing with. Okay, perfect. So we've got... Oh, we can connect this up here. Just for now. We'll try to figure out how this is all going to work here with the stops. Okay, and then we can do one more of those over here. Okay. And lastly, I think over here. You want to do that so you can get the trains can go both. Oops, that's like really. Trains are gonna derail. That's a little bit better. You want to do that so the trains can go either way. You know what I mean? We don't want one-way train tracks, I guess. But anywho, all right, excellent. Now let's rebuild our little highway here that we took out. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the bus terminal that I was talking about. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I was trying to get that to fit in here somewhere, but it's bigger than my whole city, so. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try to put this in. If we go ahead and we run that one to that, it actually might be better. I know we have our avenue here, but what we can do is we can make this a one-way. All right, let's situate that. Let's get the other exit going out here. What did I take out? This one over here that fed into that. We have this exit here. I guess we can go from here. Might have to go up one more tick. 1, 2. And then... It's like a roller coaster. We'll probably change that. That's actually kind of funny, but... Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. This is looking really cool. It looks chaotic, boy, but when these buildings start coming in, this is gonna look sweet. I'm telling you right now. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Let's run the simulation. Let's make sure people have a way to get in and out real quick like. And where's our other trains? Okay, we got this main line here. This is our trains, and everything's working beautifully over here. Whoa, look at this traffic. I haven't been over here in a while. Look at this. Looking pretty cool. Oh, we took out our hospital too, so we better do that before we start having some... Uh-oh, no power. No power. That'll work there. There we go. That'll feed that some electricity too. Excellent. I would go ahead and try to terraform this down and fix it, but I've seen the... Here, let me show you. If we take this tool here, this is like the flattening tool or whatever. You see, it's not gonna... I'll mess with it. I'll see if we can get that flattened out, but at the end of the day, it's realistic and it's not realistic. Because realistically, if somebody was building a train station, the construction crews would flatten out the land before they put it in, which I guess I could have done that. The moral of the story is we've actually got the main lines down, which is extremely important. We can actually start to zone around it. And it's probably best to do commercial zones around the train tracks because they're not as impacted as much as the residential and the office space by noise pollution. So keep that in mind. So anytime you have like immense amounts of train tracks, it's usually best to zone commercial when you can. But for the most part, I think we have a nice foundation here. Granted, when we go ahead and we start adding zones out here, we're going to have connections now. You see what I'm saying? So this was big. This is what I wanted to do. And then over here as well, when we start expanding out that, we've got a connection there. So we're going to go and wrap this episode up. Part number 11. Thanks for joining me today. As I've stated, I'm going to do my best to get as many episodes as I can up here. But, you know... reality is kind of getting to me here with my job and whatnot. So I'm going to go and get this one posted up today. We'll see the response that I get, and if so, then I'll try to pre-record another episode, and then the next episode after today will either be on Wednesday, maybe Thursday of this week. I'm going to try to get it by Wednesday, but if not, then Thursday likely. So stay tuned for that. And again, much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everyone next time. Bye.